Is there a better business out there than dropshipping? Well, it turns out that there is. Hi, my name is Christian. This is one of the stores that I run. Here's a refresh. This is the performance we saw in this month. And in this video, I want to show you how you can create your own successful Shopify store selling digital goods. Yep, you heard that right. You don't have to deal with shipping, suppliers, and all of that. I'll give you a step-by-step guide and help you create your Shopify store, create your products, and hopefully get you to your very first sale. This is a beginner's friendly tutorial, but don't worry if you're not at your first rodeo. I'll have some interesting nuggets for you as well. So if you're ready, let's get started. First things first, in order for you to follow along, you will need the Shopify store. With the link in the description, you will get a trial of 1 month and then you will pay $1 for the second month. More than enough time to test and make your Shopify store profitable. The onboarding process is quite self-explanatory. Don't get stuck at naming your store because you're gonna get the option to do that later. And when you're done, you're gonna see this screen right here. Now that you have your Shopify store, it's time to choose a niche. Choosing the right niche can make or break your store. You want to target people that have money but don't have time and create assets for them to use. Think about the lives of the busy professionals. Think about products that can save their time, products that can bring some convenience to their lives. Here are a couple of examples of this kind of niches. Productivity tools, digital planners, task management templates. These products help busy people stay organized and maximize their productivity. Educational resources, online courses, ebooks, or tutorial videos on topics such as coding, marketing, or personal development. These resources can help professionals upskill in their limited free time. Health and wellness. Guided meditation sessions, workout plans, or meal preparation guides. These products can help busy individuals maintain a healthy lifestyle despite their hectic schedules. Financial management. Budgeting, spreadsheets, investment guides, or financial planning templates. These tools can help customers manage their finances efficiently. Once you chose a niche, look for examples of successful products in that space. Take a look at Etsy, at ClickBank, or other platforms like that. Take a note of what makes this product successful. Maybe it's the design, maybe it's the value it brings to the customers. Try to understand what makes that product click. The key is to create something that your target customers will find appealing. Take your time to brainstorm and validate your ideas by looking at reviews and feedback on similar products. This will help you refine your offering and ensure that it will meet the needs of your audience. In order to find your product, you can go on Etsy and see what other people are selling. You can sell social media planners, you can sell all sorts of printables and so on. Depending on your background and what you're comfortable with, you can create such printable products on Canva on the free plan. If you're comfortable with Photoshop, for example, you can use Photoshop, Illustrator, and so on. In order to sort through these products and see which ones are actually successful, you can create an account on Everbee and install the Chrome extension as well, and then go to Product Analytics. And in here, you're going to find the stats for those products. Most of them are covered, so you won't be able to see monthly sales and so on the free plan. But the number of reviews, I think, is enough to know that those products are popular. So you're gonna filter the top products here, and the more reviews they have, that means that they are more popular. You can pay for the premium plan on Everbee and have all this information, but that's just only if you want to. You can see here the first product is quite popular. It has 6,000 reviews. Let's open some details about it. You have all the keywords they used, you have the views, the favorites, and so on. From being in here, you can also discover shops and merchants that you might be interested in getting inspired from, shops that are successful on Etsy and selling digital goods. So you can take a look at their marketing, you can take a look at their approach, and maybe have some inspiration come your way and then create something similar to serve a similar type of an audience. You can go to the listing page and see what the product contains. As you can see, these are some templates that you can easily create in Canva or some other designing tool that you might be comfortable with. You can copy an idea like this and put it on your store. Or if you feel a little bit more brave, you can create something more complex, like a course or like a program of some sort, using audio, using video, and so on, if you're comfortable with that. So in this case, if you want to make something more complex, you can go to ClickBank. So the part with Etsy is for products that are simpler, like printables and stuff like that. But if you want something more complex, you can head to ClickBank. And in here, you will have to look for digital products because they have also some other type of products. You can go to self-help, for example. You will have to sort through the products using the gravity score of a product means that it has success with many merchants. ClickBank is an affiliate marketing platform on which creators like yourself can come and list their programs, and other people can market those programs for a commission. So you can come in here to get inspired and maybe create a program similar to something you find here that has a good gravity score. So scrolling through these categories will definitely give you some ideas. Now I just went for all of them and I sorted them by gravity, and scrolling down I found this program here which I find interesting, the Genius Wave. This is a meditation type of product. I don't have access to the actual product, but I can read through their landing page and I can get some idea of what that product is. Because I'm comfortable creating audio and editing audio and all of that, I will try to create a program similar to this to sell on my store. But you can take a look and see which programs fit to your skills. For example, you have here a program that offers an ebook about lost superfoods, which I found very interesting, and I think many people are interested in such content. You have a sneak peek here. This is kind of what you have to create. This is a booklet with details about superfoods. If you're interested in health, dieting, and all of that, you may be interested in this type of product. And as you can see, it's not very hard to create. It's just a document with information that you can probably find online. You can compile it in a way that looks like a book in Canva or some other software that can do that. And then you can offer it as a product on your Shopify store. There are many programs on ClickBank. Have a look at this one. This one is about becoming a billionaire. So you will have all the information on that specific product on the landing page. Of course, you will not have access to the exact product. You can buy it if you want and have a look. They are not that expensive, but you're gonna have all the data to create your landing page. I mean, you're not gonna copy the exact landing page, but you can get inspired and get your own data from your research and create a landing page looking like this. Maybe not this long, but something similar. In my case, I'm going to create a guided meditation session that leverages the Theta brain waves to make you smarter. I use the Genius Wave program as an example. Now that you chose a niche, it's time to create a name and a brand for your store. The brand is very important because it's the first thing the customers notices about your business, and it's important to be memorable and relevant to the niche. Choose a name that is easy to pronounce, spell, and remember, and avoid using overly complicated names. Coming up with a name for your business can be daunting. Sometimes you can get stuck at this stage, but you don't have to, because now we have all these AI tools around that can help us. So I came here into GPT and added this prompt: generate 10 names for a Shopify store that caters to productivity-oriented customers, mostly women, ages between 20 and 50. And let's see which are the names that GPT thinks work for this niche. Okay, none of them seem really good. You can go on and ask GPT to create more and more, but let's go to the Shopify business name generator. This is a Shopify tool that generates names for businesses. So let's see how good that is. Of course, the prompt can be changed and modified. You can play around with this and find something interesting. Let's see what they came up with. We have here some good ones, some that need a little bit more work. But at this stage, I would take the ones that I really like and go to verify if someone else on the web is using that name. So if we go to Google, for example, and search for this, we're gonna see that the Zen lady is already taken, and that's probably because this is using 2 words. We might need to use 3 words in ours. Let's try another one. So let's see what results we get for this. There is a Spark Studio, but there is no She Spark Studio. And let's say I would want to go with this name. Next, I go to my Shopify store, to the settings, and then to domains. And in here, I would go to buy new domain and check if this domain is available for me. So if I get this domain exactly as I'm looking for it, then of course I would pay the $15 Shopify asks per year for this domain. If the domain is taken, I would reconsider the name. I would add some things to the name. If I really want She Spark Studio, I maybe add the She Spark Studio or whatever combination you find that speaks to your audience better. And once you find the combination that works, you just snatch it and it's yours. You're gonna pay $15 per year. Depending on your location, that price might be different, but then you're gonna own a domain name that is premium and that works well with the branding that we're gonna create next. If you for some reason are more comfortable with your own domain registered, like GoDaddy for example, you can go in there and search for the domain in there. Then if you find it, you buy it in here and you can connect it inside the domains here. You just say connect existing domains and you're gonna have a whole process to go through to connect this domain from your register to your store, which is not complicated, but I would just use Shopify for doing this. Because I plan to sell a guided meditation session on my store, I came up with the name Theta Brain Healing, which I think is gonna do well. But if you plan on maybe selling more types of products on your store, you can come up with a more vague name for it. So let me show you how that goes. You will go to your store. This is my newly created store. Go to settings and then scroll down to domains. And in here, you're gonna find a domain area where you're gonna say buy new domain. You're gonna insert your domain in there. If you find the domain, just go ahead and buy it. If not, you can play around with the words, change the position and whatever and make it look nice, and you can buy it then. So for me, I'm gonna buy it just like it is right now, buy domain. In this case, you will have to add a billing method. So I'm gonna open the billing settings. Once you have added your card, you're gonna have it there. Go back to domains and see if the domain is already there. No, we're gonna have to do it again because I didn't have a billing method there. Then paste in here the name of the domain that I want and then say buy domain. On this page, you just have to confirm your information, and if everything's fine, then you can go and buy domain. Once that goes through, it's gonna look something like this. It's gonna take a little bit of time for the domain to get registered and assigned to you, but you're gonna find it in there. So if you go to domains, you're gonna see that you have SSL pending and the domain is yours. And because the name of the store goes hand in hand with the logo, I will show you now 2 ways to have that done. So you're gonna have to come here to loka.com and add the name of your business. I'm not gonna add the whole name that I've created, the Theta Brain Healing. I'm gonna just add the Theta Healing part so that I have a shorter name and hopefully come up with a better logo. Then you're gonna click next, and in here you will want to describe your business. So I am gonna say something like yoga studio or something like that because it's in the area. And then hit continue. If your niche is different, you will have to come up with a short description of your niche. In here, I will have to choose a couple of logos that I like so that they know the general lines they can go for when generating my new logo. So I'm just gonna click on the ones that I like. You don't have to do a lot of them, just a couple of them so that they get some idea of what you want. And then I'm gonna go with the purple color scheme and let's see what they are coming up with. Oh yeah, there is one more step. Let's choose a couple of these words that reflect our brand, and then let's see what they are coming up with. This one looks kind of nice. Let's generate some more. Maybe we get more ideas. I didn't get what I had in mind, so I'm gonna generate some more. I think for the sake of this example, I'm just gonna go with the first one, which is the simplest one and the one that looks clean and reflects somehow the idea I'm going for. If you don't like the logo here or the symbol, you can go and search for different symbols. So you can say brain, as I said, Theta Brain Healing. We have a different type of logo there, but I don't think that really represents what I go for, so I think I'm gonna just keep this one here. And then you can go in colors and you can change how it looks. and I'm gonna go for that, and it's a little bit more outlined there. So when you're done with the color scheme, you can go ahead and reposition the logo if you want to. You can resize it, increase the size, decrease the size, change the position, and do whatever you want with it in here. And I'm gonna show you how you can get this logo for free, because at the moment you would have to pay for the platform to give you the entire brand kit, but maybe you don't want that. So I'm gonna show you how you can get this logo for free. All you have to do is to go in here and inspect. You're gonna find the SVG tag. You're gonna edit as HTML and copy everything out of there. Then you're gonna go to your desktop and create a SVG extension file. I'm gonna go with my code editor and create a new file. In here, I am going to paste the code that I just took from the site, and I'm gonna save a file to my desktop. I'm gonna name it logo SVG. I'm gonna go and paste it on my desktop. Save. Now I have it on my desktop, and in order to use it, we're gonna go to another website named photopea.com, which is an online version of Photoshop. You're gonna go in here and go to your desktop and open the logo, and you're gonna have the logo in there. Once you have the logo in here, you're gonna go to File and Export as PNG, and you're gonna have a version of the logo that is this big, and you can totally use on your website. If you have Adobe Illustrator on your computer, you can open the SVG file that we just copied in Illustrator, and then you can increase the size. I'm gonna show you how that can be done. Once you have Illustrator opened, you can go ahead and open the SVG file that you have on your desktop. It's going to look like that. You can work on it on Illustrator, for example, if you want to increase this paddings. And once you're done with that, you can go and export for screens. And in here, you're gonna specify that you want a PNG that is 4 times as large as this, and you're gonna export. And if you go to your desktop, now you have a much larger version of that logo. I realize this is not a nice thing for the local.com, so that's why I'm recommending you to go ahead and buy their branding kit once you are making money, once you can afford it. You can also have the logo created with Canva. You can come in here and say create design, then select the logo. Then you're gonna have to search for the terms that define your logo or the symbols in your logo. So I'm gonna say just yoga, just as an example. You're gonna scroll through these options. If you have Canva Pro, then you're gonna have more options, but if you have the free version, you're gonna find assets to work with anyways. So let's say you are gonna choose this one here. Then you maybe wanna go and customize the colors. So you're gonna come in here and say this color here, and then the text should be a darker version maybe, or the same. Anyways, you get the idea. You get now the logo in this color. You can go and work on it and change settings and try to make it as good as you can. And then you just need to export, download. You're gonna choose PNG. You're gonna use transparent background, and then you're gonna just save it to a location on your desktop. Then it should be somewhere here, and it looks like that. You can export it in larger versions if you want, and so on. Then to add the logo to the store, I'm gonna go to my online store here. I'm gonna find the latest version of the Dawn theme, and I'm gonna use this theme because it's the best performing theme on the Shopify theme store. You're gonna go to customize, and inside the customize, you're gonna go to settings here, and then logo. I'm gonna select the smaller version of the logo, this one that I created first, not the one that I've exported from the Illustrator. So I'm gonna select this one here and open, because I don't need a larger version. That version was good enough. So once I have it, I'm gonna select it in here. I'm gonna say that the logo should be like 150 pixels wide, and that's kind of it. Now I will use the same symbol from here to the favicon. In order to do that, I'm gonna go back to Photopea, and I'm gonna go to the crop tool. I'm gonna go and do this and crop it. Then I'm gonna try and make it square. Then I'm gonna go and export it as PNG and save it on the desktop. I'm gonna go and select that favicon, which is this one. And then I am going to say done and then save. And let's see how the store looks like now. So from the three dots here, you can go and view. This is the logo and this is the favicon right here, which I think looks quite good. So yeah, I think we did a good job with the logo. When choosing the color you will use in your logo, you will have to be careful to be a color that has enough contrast. To check that, you will go to Google and you will type here contrast checker. You can use this one, but there are more of them. So once here, you will want to paste the color you have as your main color on the contrast checker and check if the combination of colors is passing. So in this case, we have this purple, which against white passes in all tests. And I'm telling you that because in my first logo version, I used a lighter color, this one here, and I bet that it doesn't pass. Let's check that. So I'm gonna paste it in here. And as you can see, some of the tests didn't pass because this is too bright. So now I found a different color and it's this one here, which is more contrasted. So if I go and paste that in the contrast checker, everything passes. It's important to have a good contrasting color as your main color. The equivalent of a low contrasting color would be like whispering in terms of speaking. So if you whisper to someone, they won't hear you that well. The same thing happens with colors. If a color is not contrasted enough, on some screens would be hard to see, and that will be a big problem. Some people won't be able to buy from you, to read your content, and so on. Design a simple yet impactful logo. Choose a color palette that resonates with your target audience and reflects also the mood of the niche you are in. Okay, next I'm gonna go and customize the theme a little bit in terms of colors and fonts and all of that. We know that our main color is this one. And by the way, this Chrome extension is named Colorzilla in case you want to have that installed on your browser. So I'm gonna go to my color here, copy it, and I'm gonna head to this website named mycolor.space, and you're gonna paste your color there. So this is your main color, right? Underneath, they will generate a color palette that you can get inspired from. You don't have to use all these colors. You just have to find some of them. So I'm thinking that this website looks a bit plain when the background is white. So I'm looking for a background color. And I'm gonna show you how you can change that, but let's first find one that can work. So I already see this one that might work. Let's see if there is another one that is a little bit more pale, maybe this one even, that looks interesting. And I'm gonna go to my theme and try it out. Yeah, there is this one as well. I think I don't know which one works better. So in my theme here, I'm gonna go to settings and then to colors. In here we have a couple of color palettes set by default on this theme. So I want to go and customize my main color palette, which is the one that the theme uses at the moment for the main stuff. So the background of the site, the color of the text, and so on. I'm gonna go and change the white background to this color I just found. I think it looks good. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the text and say the text should be something else than black, because it doesn't really, it should be something similar to this. So let's try that out. If maybe I can just use this, or maybe I have to find something else. Yeah, it works, but maybe a bit darker. If I find one in here that is a little bit darker, like this one, for example, I'm gonna take that and try it out. Yeah, it's a little bit more contrasted now. The solid buttons, I would like also to have this darker shade. I'm gonna show you how that looks like in a bit. Outline button also, and shadow can be dark. That's okay, I think. Let's save that. I'm gonna click now on this one, the reversed version. So I'm gonna say the background is this dark shade of lila. Then the solid button label is this, and the shadow is black. So now we have these two customized. Let's go to the typography. Because my logo has a serif font, I'm gonna change it to that. But I would recommend you not to use any custom fonts underneath if you can stick with the ones they have here. These are the browser default fonts. So these ones won't make your site heavier, but all the others will use a font that is custom, that comes from Google or from Shopify, and that might make your store a bit slower. So I'm gonna go with the serif font in my case, so it's gonna change here. It's quite similar to this one, and that's why I'm choosing it. I'm not a very big fan of serif, but it works well in this context. So I'm choosing serif for here. I'm gonna say select, and I'm gonna go lower, and the body font I want the same serif. Don't use too many fonts. You can use two maybe, but if you stick with one, it's even better. So if you can just use a font that you find in here everywhere on your site, that would make it more linear and the branding would be stronger. If you have custom fonts, that's fine too, but you have to be careful with those. And this looks interesting. I like it so far. I'm now gonna go and make the font a bit larger because I see Shopify uses very small font sizes and a lot of people don't really see, so you want to help them a little bit. So the base size would be 120% and 120% in here. Let's go back to 110 everywhere. So you just want a little bit larger font than you normally have. And if that's done, let's close that up. You can play around with all the other settings. The only one I would suggest is that you use a cart drawer instead of a pop-up. And I'm gonna save that. And here's the store so far. We have this pinkish hue background color. We have this side cart drawer, and I think that's a good start. Then I'm gonna go to the announcement bar, and in here you can choose this one that we just created, and this looks fine. Let me refresh. This looks nice and contrasted. We can go and create another scheme, and then we can use the gradient option. I'm gonna choose this one. I'm not gonna even modify it. Then I'm gonna go back to the announcement bar, and I'm gonna select that instead of just a plain color, and I think this looks much better. I'm gonna adjust it a little bit, but so far I'm happy with what's going on. Okay, so it starts to look good. Here's how it looks so far. I'm gonna go and remove this Powered by Shopify so that it looks a little bit more professional. I'm gonna go and click on this button here and say edit code. Then I'm gonna search for footer, and in here you're gonna find a footer liquid file, and you're gonna search for powered, and this is the place where the powered text is. You will want to go and remove the powered link. And to do that, you will just have to select this part, then press Command/ or Control/, and you're gonna comment this out, and you're gonna save it. And if we go back to the site and refresh, we're just gonna have the name and the year. And because I don't like how this looks like here, I'm gonna go to the store settings and change that name. You're gonna edit here, and the store name should be Theta Brain Healing, but in separate words. So I'm gonna save that. And now if I go back here, this should be changed. Okay, I think my general settings are looking good. The site has a nice layout so far, with one exception. I see that in here there is an issue with the text inside this form. So to fix that, you will have to do the following thing. So we're gonna go in the back end again, and to the sections and to footer. So inside the footer section, you're gonna scroll down, and in the custom CSS area, you're gonna drop this CSS. So we want to color the color of this arrow and the color of the text with black, and I'm gonna save that. But because the text in here now is also white, I'm going to add one more rule. So another comma that should make it happen. Now if I'm writing in there, everything's gonna be black. If you don't want it to be black, we can just use this color in here. Let's make it a bit darker and just replace the numbers. And now the text should be a bit of the same shade. So I'm gonna save that. Let me try and add an email at email.com. This works fine. It looks good. Okay, next we're gonna go and add our first product. In order to create my first product, I will have to come up with an image cover or something that would represent this product. And because this is an audio file, this is a meditation, a guided meditation exercise, I would go for a CD mockup or a DVD mockup or something like that. And because I base my product on this Genius Wave product, and I have their landing page, I can take inspiration and see what they have done to represent their product. And they've used kind of the same thing that I was talking about, a DVD cover. And this should be the CD or the DVD, and then the phone and the headphones. So I would have to create this kind of cover. And I'm going to show you how you can do that. First of all, you will have to go to Canva. If you have Canva free, that's fine. If you have Canva Pro, that's even better. So inside Canva, you're going to create a design and choose a size like 1500 by 1500. This is going to give us a square to work with, and we can use this as a cover. And depending on what you are selling, you can create in here a cover or something to represent your product. In my case, I'm going to search for brain waves. I would need some sort of graphics. So because these are presentations, I think, so I'm gonna go to photos and say, yeah, this is kind of what I need. So brain waves. I have a lot of graphics in here, but they are all pro versions. So you would need to have Canva paid to have these. So instead of that, I'm gonna head to a couple of websites that I know that have this kind of graphics or free images to use. So first one is Pexels, but on Pexels you will find mostly images and not graphics. So for example, if I go in here and search brain waves, we're gonna find pictures of waves, not graphics like we need. So even if I go to search meditation, we're gonna get images with people. And whenever you need an image with a person or images with real things in real life, you can come here to Pexels and find that. And if you're looking for graphics or something that is not actually the real world, so it's just an animation of some sort, you can come to Pexabay, and in here you're gonna search for whatever you are searching for. I'm gonna search for brain waves. And of course, there are a lot of graphics in here. You will have to go and search and sort and see which one fits better. And because I did this already, I found an image that I like, and it's this one. I will start the cover of my product using this image. And as you can see here, this image was generated with an AI. I'm just gonna download this. You don't need a bigger size, but if you want a bigger size, you will have to create an account. If you don't need the bigger size, like this, for example, can be downloaded without an account. So I'm gonna download this. And after downloading, I'm gonna head back to Canva. In here, you're gonna go to uploads and you are gonna upload your file. So I have mine here. I'm gonna just paste it there, and you can position it the way you like it on the page. If you're basing your graphic on an example that you have, like I do, you can go and check what they've done and come back to Canva and try to replicate that. Because this image is square, I cannot do what they have here. So the brain is down below and they have this text on top. I will have to adjust that a bit. So I'm gonna drag this down. I'm gonna make a copy of it, and I am going to go to position and to layers. Now I'm gonna take this up like that, and I'm gonna take the layer down below on top again. And you can see that now we can go like this, and we have a bit of space here for the text. We're gonna leave it just like that. Now you can see the line, but let's search for some text. If you have Canva Premium, you can click on the image and go to Edit Image, and then you have here a tool to extend, Magic Extend. You can extend your background. So for example, if I go and drag this to the top, Canva will generate background to fit my image. So if I go Magic Expand, now using AI, I'm gonna get a couple of options here for an extended background. So I don't need to play around with the image. So for example, this one works very good, and this one works well. This one has the line there, this one not, but these ones are quite good. So I'm gonna go back to the original version because maybe you don't have Canva Premium. So in this case, you can leave that line there because we're gonna add some text. So let's go to text. Now, because I know that I'm using a serif font, I'm gonna just search for a serif in here. We don't need to use those assets that are premium. So this one's here. Just gonna search for a font that you know you are using on your store, serif. When you find it, you just gonna click on it and you are gonna paste the text that you want to have on your store. Then make it larger so that you can see it. Change the color to the color that you want. I'm gonna make my color a bit pinkish hue like that. I'm gonna make the text larger so that we can see it. Yeah, I think this one works better. So once you have your font, you can go and play around with the sizing. I think for me, this would work well. You can play around and see what works for you. I'm gonna align it better so that we don't see the difference between the two images. And because I saw that my example has a bar at the bottom with some text, I'm gonna go and copy the text. So from here, I'm gonna take just a part of this text because I want to have a bar like this as well. So I'm gonna go and inspect this text and open up the text in here. Once I copied that, I come here to my Canva project, and I can go again, search for serif and find the text that I like, and I'm gonna paste the text in there. I'm gonna make it big again, and then I'm gonna go to elements and add a rectangle and make it go all the way, then make it a bit thinner, place it somewhere at the bottom, take the text and put it over it, edit the text so that it makes sense based on neuroscience. Now I'm gonna go to the rectangle and choose a different color and maybe even go for one of these gradients. And yeah, I think it looks good, right? When you're done with your product image, you can go to share and then to download. In here, you can choose JPEG instead of PNG. PNG is the best quality, but it's also hard to load in some cases. So you would be safer by just selecting JPEGs and then making them as 80% quality, and that's fine. You won't see the difference. Then you're gonna hit download and save it on your computer, and then you can use it on your store. Now, because we have our cover, we have to use this cover on a mockup for a CD or a DVD. And to do that, we're gonna head to this website here, Smart Mockups. On this side, you find free mockups. There are pro mockups as well. So we're gonna go to all mockups, and you can see that you have here everything like mugs and devices and t-shirts and books and whatever your product is, you can find the representation in here. In my case, I'm gonna go to all mockups and I'm gonna scroll down. They have a lot of mockups in here, and they have also e-learning bundles, which look like this and might be a bit better for the product that I have. I think they have a couple of mockups that I could use, but because I want to use a free one, I'm gonna go to others and scroll down, and I think this would work well for me. So I'm gonna upload the cover that I just created on this mockup here, and I think it looks great. Then I'm gonna go and just crop it as a square, put it in the middle, and I think that's kind of it, right? Like, I can download it now at a medium size. We don't need it in a very large size. We can use it like that. If you want it in a bigger size, then you can buy a license for that. Another way you can find mockups for your products is to go and search on Google something like this with PSD extension at the end. Then you can go to the results. I found a couple on FreePic. So if you go in there, you're gonna find your mockup. Maybe you want to use this one. You're gonna click on it and then you're gonna download it. Once you have the mockup downloaded on your computer, you can go and open Photoshop if you have Photoshop installed on your computer. If not, you can go again to Photopea, and on Photopea you can go open the file that you just downloaded, so the PSD one, and in there you're gonna have the layers to work with. So you're gonna go in Objects. Every of these mockup templates for Photoshop will look different, but usually you have folders like that, and you can go and edit the layers. So the CD is one layer and the cover of the CD is another layer. If you have a book, for example, you have a cover and a side layer. But in this case, I'm gonna go and add the layer for the CD case. And to do that, you just have to come in here, double click on that, and you're gonna just upload your design here. So I'm gonna go and open from my desktop. I have my design here. I'm gonna open that up and I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna move back to the layer for the CD cover, and then I'm going to save. And once I saved, if I go back here, the cover is changed. So now the CD has a cover, and I'm gonna go now to the CD part as well. In here, I'm gonna add just the image without the writing on it. So I'm gonna go back to the CD part and I'm gonna paste that image in here. I'm gonna save, and if I go to the PSD now, we're gonna have the image on the CD and we have the cover there, and I think this looks very nice. You can save this as a PSD so that you can work with it later. So just go here and save as PSD, or if you just want to export the image file, you're gonna go to export as and you're gonna go to JPEG, and in here you have the size options. You're gonna just save it and you're gonna go to your desktop or whatever you want to save that, and you're gonna have the image there, which I think looks great. You might just want to edit the background a little bit, or you might want to add some other things in here, but this is a good start. So if you have a book, for example, or a CD, you can have this type of mockup made, and this can represent your product on your store. Okay, I went a bit overboard. I edited my image a little bit more. I looked for some more assets on FreePic, and I finished with this version. I wanted to give the customer some clues about the product, so I included some sound waves in the background. I've included a mobile phone so that he knows that he will not get an actual CD, so that he knows that this guided meditation session comes in a wave form so that he can use it on his phone, maybe listen to it on his earbuds. Let's see how this fits on the store. This will be a one product store, so I will just add this product. I'm gonna go to my dashboard and into products, and in here I'm gonna add product Theta Brain Healing. Then I'm gonna go and upload my image. So the product image is getting uploaded now. I am gonna go lower and gonna price my product at $25, and I'm gonna compare it to price to 100. Then I'm gonna take this off, so the taxes will be handled on my side. I'm not gonna track quantity because obviously I have an unlimited inventory for this product, so I'm gonna uncheck that. Then you're gonna scroll down to shipping and you're gonna uncheck this box because our product is not a physical product. And also this will disable the shipping options for this product because we don't need to ship this product. It's gonna get sent digitally. Once we've done that, I'm always adding tags to my product just in case. So I know that this product will be downloadable, and I'm gonna add a downloadable tag. Maybe later I'm gonna create some logic around some of these products. Maybe we're gonna have a category, a downloadable category, where you have more products of these and want to organize them in a way. You just have to add your tag in there and then enter. The tag will stay on the product, and then later you can access it through Liquid Logic. So now I can just go on and save the product. Obviously, if you have a live store, you can set it to draft first. You can work on the product page. This is the product page now for me. If you go and set it to active, that means that it's gonna be visible on the store. So be careful with that. Now here is the page. It looks like this, and I think it looks good, but people will need more information. So I'm gonna add a description, even though I don't plan to use this product page at all. So I plan to have a home page with enough information and with options to buy the product and not direct people to the product page at all. But in any case, if anyone gets here, I'm gonna add a description. And to do that, I'm gonna go to the program that I'm taking inspiration from, and I'm gonna copy the link for this landing page and go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to look at that page and make a short description for my product. Let's see if that works. So clearly this didn't work. The landing page for the Genius Wave is encrypted. So I'm gonna try and do something else. I'm gonna come here to the page and I'm gonna save the page on my computer. You're gonna go here and say save as. You're gonna go to wherever you wanna do this. On my desktop, for example, and say Genius Wave. I'm gonna create a folder, and inside the folder, I'm gonna save this page. Now I'm gonna go to that folder and I'm gonna open that with the text edit app. And now I have the entire page here in text. So I'm gonna just select everything. I'm gonna go to this website here and paste the content in here so that I remove all the special characters on the page, because now there are a couple of characters in there. I'm gonna copy this text here and I'm gonna go again to ChatGPT and say the same thing. Here's the text. Let's see. Okay, this is definitely better. Let's just copy that and I'm gonna play with it on Shopify. Even though if this is a little bit long, I think that I can work with it. So I'm gonna paste it in here and I am going to go through it a bit and organize it a little bit differently. Okay, I think I'm done. I can save that and let's preview and see the results. Of course, now we're gonna have like a long text on the side, but this is good if someone for some reason gets on this page, because I plan on driving traffic on my homepage where I will add more sections that will feature this product and you won't actually need to go anywhere else. But I'm gonna show you how I'm doing that in a bit. In case you want to customize your product page, you can go to online store and then customize in here. You are gonna go to your product if you have it listed like that. If not, from the top here, you can go to products and find your product template. I just have one, so it's this one here. And you can do a couple of things in here. So let's go through the options. You have all the product section options in here. For me, they are on the left side, but you might see them on the right side as well. You have here the product section, which has its own settings. You can change in here, probably can make some crazy things happen on the page. You can change many settings in here, like the size of the media. You can make it smaller or larger. I think this is good. If you want to do more changes, you can play around on this page. If you want to add more sections, you can add them at the bottom. So by adding section, and you can add whatever section you want, but you have to be careful because once you have a section and it's populated with content, all the products that will have that template, like in this case, we are using the default template, but you can create more templates in here. All the products that use that template will have that section. Make a note of that and don't get surprised when you have multiple products that share the same section and you don't know why. This happened before and that's why I'm saying it now. If you have a section like this, but with different content for different products, then you need to create more templates or you need to use meta fields. That's it for the product page for me. I'm gonna head now and customize my home page. What I'm gonna do next is to try and replicate this landing page on my home page. This landing page is a complicated landing page. They are really good at copywriting. They are really good at building funnels. I'm gonna try and replicate a couple of the sections that they have so that you can get the idea. For that, I'm gonna use the sections I have in the Dawn theme. It's probably not gonna look as good as they have it here because they have a lot of graphics, a lot of things going on. We can work on that and expand later, but I'm gonna show you how you can create something to work with for free without using any premium assets or anything like that. So I'm going to break down this funnel into the most important areas, and I'm going to try and build equivalent sections on the Dawn theme. I'm just going to go and build it, and then I'm going to show you how I did it. So the landing page I'm following uses a couple of marketing techniques. It uses sensational claims. It uses some authority building techniques. So it mentions NASA a lot and the studies and whatever. So I mimic that because the studies exist, so I can mention them in my marketing as well. So I built a couple of these sections. Of course, the work is in progress, so I will need to polish this more. I would need to write more as they have here because they have a huge funnel. I just built a couple of these sections. I started with the sensational claim section here as well. Then I went to this authority building badges here from these institutions. The technique I'm advertising is based on studies that are real. So they come from Stanford and Columbia and so on. Their studies are not directly connected to the meditation exercise that I will try and sell, but their studies point to the fact that this theta brainwave technique works. So I'm going to add these badges as well. Then I have more authority building sections, then the theory behind the product. Then I find some alternatives to this product which are shown in this section, and then I'm featuring the actual product which can be bought here. Down below I have frequently asked questions. What I miss now is a safe checkout guarantee and probably some scientific references which I would add here at the bottom. I just wanted you to see that all the sections that I built so far, so this is how my landing page looks now. I think it can work like this. It might need a little bit more polishing, but everything was done with the default sections that the Dawn theme has. So you can build a landing page with the sections you have on the Dawn theme. I am gonna go now and I'm gonna customize some of the sections because I want to remove some things. So I'm gonna show you how you can do that. When you want to extra customize, if you don't have the options on the section itself, then you can actually customize it yourself. As I said, every section in here is just the basic Dawn theme section. All I've done is play with the settings. So I'm gonna go now to my product section, the featured product section, which should be down below here. I don't want to show the quantity picker. I'm gonna hide that. And I don't want to show this tax included text, but I cannot actually remove that because the tax text is inside the price text. And I would like to remove that anyway, so I'm going to show you how you can do that with CSS. Select the element you want to hide, inspect it, click on plus, and you have here a new selector, a CSS selector added. Then you can go and say here, display none. Then you're going to copy the entire rule, and you're going to click on the featured product section. And underneath here, you're going to have custom CSS, where if you open this tab, you're gonna have this field and you're gonna paste your new rule in there and just save. So now the tax text won't be shown on this section anymore. If I go here and refresh page, the text there is gone. As I said before, you can add more sections and refine everything, but I wanted you to see that you can create a visually appealing landing page with free assets and a free theme and everything for free. So up until this point, you will just have to pay the €1 for the Shopify trial and the fee for the domain name. And I think that's a really good deal because you are almost ready to sell something online at this point. What I want to do next is go and add some reviews to my product. Even though it's a new product, I will upload some of my own reviews and I'm gonna show you how you can do that. Okay, now in order to add reviews to my store, I'm gonna go and install an app. I'm gonna go to apps, and this is the app I want to use, the Judge Me product review app. I'm gonna go and install that. In here, you're gonna hit install again. Let's do the onboarding. So my language is English. My current theme is default. Then I'm going to enable the app. This will send me to the customizer where I have to turn on the app. So I'm gonna go here. It's turned on already, so I just have to save. Then I have to come back here and go to the next step. I'm going to go and enable another widget. It's this one here. So at the bottom, I just have to save now. This is the product page. I will want to move this section on the home page where I will send my traffic to. But for now, product page is also good. So I'm gonna go back and go to the next step where I should add the star ratings, and the star rating block is added there. I just have to save. I will probably want to move this at the top, so they added it at the bottom. I would add it here under the title. Yes, there. That would look better. Let's go to the home page and see if I can do the same thing for the featured product section, which is this one here. Where is it? Featured product section, review widget, the star rating. Let's move it under the title. Then I'm gonna save. In order to show the actual reviews on here, I will have to go inside of the star rating and select the product because they cannot detect it. I'm gonna save, and let's add now a review section at the bottom. So review widget, this one goes at the bottom, but because we don't have yet any reviews, they will show empty. Once I upload reviews, they will be populated. The one at the bottom already shows, so the one here doesn't show because we don't have reviews at the moment, but I'm gonna go now and upload. And to upload your own reviews, you will have to go to the app. Let's first finish up the installation process, which is now done. And in order to upload our own reviews, we will go into manage reviews. In here, I'm gonna go to import and export, and I'm gonna go to the article. On the article, they have there a Judge Me import template, which we're gonna open, and we're gonna make a copy of and ask ChatGPT to write 10 reviews for my product and generate names. And I'm gonna populate this document based on this example, and then we're gonna upload it back to Judge Me, and we're gonna see if the reviews are getting populating to the product page. Okay, now with the help of ChatGPT, I've generated this reviews, and I went on the example document and I've populated everything. I've added titles, I've added the review body, I've added the ratings. I'm gonna change this to the today's date. So we are now on 25th of May. Actually, I'm gonna go and say that we launched this on the 12th, and I'm gonna drag this down, and now until the 21 we have a review per day, so that they are not all in the same day. I'm gonna save this and export it to my computer as a CSV file, and I'm gonna import it back to Judge Me. Now going back to Judge Me, you will go to manage reviews here and then import. Then you're gonna go to Judge Me format, and then you're gonna choose the file that you just exported, import it in there, say import, and wait for the actual reviews to get populated. Now this can happen fast, but this can take a while. So in this case, I'm not sure how fast it's going to go. I already see the reviews here in the back end, so let me check again the page. I think, yeah, we have 10 reviews, and we have the review section down below populated. I'm gonna see if the homepage looks the same. So we have the featured product with the review stars here, and then we have a review section down below. I'm gonna go now and customize a bit this review section and the colors on it because it doesn't fit our color scheme. In the app, you will go to branding here in general settings, branding, and you're gonna find the color that you like. In our case, I'm gonna use this color here. So let's see when I change it, what happens. then save. You can play around and see what color works better for you. I think that this one might be good for me. I'm gonna leave it like that for the moment. So yeah, now we have reviews. Next I'm gonna go and add the policy pages and modify the navigation a bit. Let's see now, what pages do we need? I'm gonna go to the online store here and go to pages, and I only have one page there. It's the contact page. I'm gonna open that up and I'm gonna see how my contact page looks now. And it's this one here. You're gonna get emails from this form on the email that you sign on Shopify with. This is good enough, but to go the extra mile, you can add here your contact information, and to do that you'll just have to go to the page and paste it in here like that. You have your text inside, just save, and now on the contact page you're gonna get an extra field there. It can take a while to appear, but it's gonna appear there. And now you are showing your address as well. This can create a bit of more trust for the customer when they see a company name, an address and stuff like that. Then we're gonna go back to the dashboard and we are going to settings and then to policies. And in here you can generate your policy pages. You can generate the terms and conditions, and you can generate the privacy policies. I'm gonna go underneath here and I'm gonna manage this first because I want to change this to a 90-day return policy. I'm gonna save that because this is gonna get reflected in the terms. So if I go down below here, we have the refund policy. I'm not gonna generate that, but I'm gonna generate the privacy policy. You just have to click this button here, generate from template. So this is the page they generated. You will have to go through it and replace some information in there or modify it as per your policy. If you have an address on the store, it's gonna be written in there. So if you don't want to show your address on the policy, then you can take it out. Then we're gonna go to the terms of service and generate that from a template as well. Again, you will have to go through this and see if it works for you. Once you will have this generated, you will save. I'm gonna head now to navigation and set those pages in the navigation. As you can see in here, we have a footer menu and a main menu. The main menu is on top and the footer menu should be in the footer. Let me add those policy pages in here. I'm gonna delete the search because we don't need a search. I'm gonna add an item and I'm gonna say terms and conditions, or actually I'm gonna use that sign for and. Then I'm gonna go here to policies and I'm gonna select the terms of service and I'm gonna add it. Then I'm gonna go again and say privacy policy. I'm gonna go back to policies and select privacy policy, add. And then I'm gonna go back and add contact. I'm gonna search for the contact page and I'm gonna add it here as well. I'm gonna save. Then I'm gonna go to the main menu and I am gonna delete the catalog item and the contact item. Then I'm gonna save. And this is how things look now. I just have the home and the contact. Next, what I want to do is go add the navigation items in the footer because they are not showing right now. So to do that, you would go to online store, then customize, then choose the footer section. Actually, there are these blocks. You just have to add one of these blocks and say it's a menu. We're gonna remove completely the title and just leave the terms at the bottom like that, which I think looks good. Now if I refresh, I have the terms here and the contact page. It would be good if I would have an about page, but I'm not gonna add that, just not now. Now that the store is almost done, we still need to put in place a system to send the file that we are selling to the customer. So the product is a downloadable product. We will need to install an app to allow the customer to get his file after he purchased. So I'm gonna go to my store, into settings, then to apps and sales channels, and go to the Shopify App Store. I'm gonna search here for digital down. Then you're gonna have a bunch of apps here. I usually use the Shopify app, which is also free and it works great. So I'm gonna install that on the store, install. This app is really easy to use. Once you have it installed, you're gonna go to apps, you're gonna click on digital downloads, you're gonna see this dashboard, and in here you're gonna see your products. So for each of your products you can add a digital file. So in my case, I'm gonna add a zip that contains the meditation I'm selling, some documents and other stuff that I included to make this a more appealing package. So I'm gonna select that and open it. I'm gonna upload the file on there. And once that's done, I'm gonna just save, and that's kind of it. So in order to make a test, we will have to go to settings and set up the payments as well. You will have to go and select a payment provider that is available for you. In my case, I can activate Shopify payments. Usually this is the best one if it's available to you. If not, you will have to go and see other payment providers. We can also go in other payment providers and choose the bogus getaway so that we can test, and I'm gonna do that now. So I'm gonna activate the bogus testing payment getaway. Now to test the store, I'm gonna go to the product and add it to my cart. In here, I'm gonna see the product, so I'm gonna go to checkout. I'm gonna add my email. Then I am going to add a 1 and an expiration date in the future. Then 3 ones, pay now. I think this is gonna work. So now I'm gonna check my email. First is this one, which is order confirmed. I can see the order information. And the second email is about the downloads, which looks like this. So if I click on this link, it's gonna take me back to the store, and now I have a download link here for my product. So if I go and download this, I'm gonna get the zip file that contains my product. So if I hit save, it's gonna, because I have it on my desktop, it wants to replace it. So I'm gonna hit save. And if I go to the store, I will not have an order here because it already marked it as completed. So whenever someone buys a product from your store, the orders will be automatically fulfilled because that email will send a digital asset to the customer, so they get the product that way. Now, what is there left to do? We have the app that delivers our product. What we can do next is to customize the checkout a bit to make it look a bit more in tune with our branding colors and such. In order to do that, you will have to go to settings, and in checkout, you're gonna be able to customize the checkout. You can change the accent colors. In my case, I'm gonna go and change it to my purple, and again purple. Oops. And this I think is gonna look good. We can add the logo as well at the top like that. Yep. You can make the logo a bit larger. So I think we are fine with this checkout. We can change this to a light purple like that maybe. And I think this is a good checkout. Now it's branded. Next, we're gonna go to the emails, so the notifications that the customers will get. So in customer notifications, you're gonna go to customize email template, and in here you can again use your accent color. I'm not sure if that's the one, but you can also add the logo. Oops, not this one. And save. This will change how your email will look, and this looks a little bit better than before. So I'm gonna do it like that. Of course, you will have to check all your settings, but an important one is the payments. You will have to turn on your payment so that you can get the money from the customers. I think I'm gonna wrap this tutorial now. I hope this was of value to you and you got inspiration. If you like this kind of tutorials and videos, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.